thing is the four of us talking on the radio. But beyond that, tons of all the brand new cars, pre-production cars. There's probably 6 or 7 2013 Ford products here that'll be out within the next 6 or 7 months. Cars that get 40 plus miles per gallon. Antique cars. The neatest display of actually vintage gasoline pumps. In fact, last night at the gala, Mary Ann was the successful bidder for a gravity, a very neat, like 12-foot high antique gas pump.
Actually, I'd like to correct you. My husband was a successful bidder.
Oh, never mind.
I was saying no.
She kept nudging him in the stomach. Enough. That's enough money.
It's going to be in my kitchen and replaces the table.
The other thing is you can literally come here and drive 35 different models of cars from General Motors, Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler, and Subaru. There is a Duesenberg here that has a value probably in excess of $4 billion. So anything from old cars, current cars, and cars that'll be here in the future.
There's a buzz here. There's a lot of excitement, and there's slot machines downstairs, so you can win prizes.
It was interesting walking through the show before we started this. The Expo's cars are really great. They really are. All the newer ones, like Jim was saying.
Mary Ann, let me address a question to you again. Mary Ann Scaffidi here from the Heiser Automotive Group. Obviously, Heiser carries a lot of different cars, but tell me what excites you most. What models have you seen out there at the Frontier Center that you're most excited about?
Oh boy, that's a loaded question. Because it doesn't matter which booth I go into. I'm just one of these emotional buyers, so I gravitate. I mean, the Cruise, the Bolt, the new Camry, the new Fords. It's just you just walk through. Like I said, there's a buzz going around.
Actually, Mary Ann's being modest about one car that happens to be in the Ford display, and it's the new 2013 Ford Fusion, which is absolutely a beautiful car.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
You look at it, you think you're looking like at a $40,000.
It is amazing.
Yeah. And it's not. It's probably anywhere, I'm guessing, $25,000, $30,000 car. The front end actually looks a little bit like an Aston Martin. It's just a beautiful car.
Yeah, of course, Jim Tolkan, Mary Ann Scaffidi, and you go along, Mary Ann, Don Meyer, who's a service director at Heiser, and I know, Don, you're there to kind of help out some of our listeners who are having some problems with their cars, and we are going to open up phone lines and give you an opportunity to talk with Don Meyer, Mary Ann Scaffidi, and Jim Tolkan at 799-1620, and on the Accident Mortgage toll-free line at 800-877-1620. And Deb, let me address a question to you, because usually on All About Cars, we talk about some of those problems that people are having out there, and we had a blast of winter in the last 24 hours.
Yes.
What sort of problems do you think people need to be most concerned about right now?
Well, I think the big thing they need to be concerned with is making sure that they do regular maintenance like Heiser does. Heiser has great prices on regular maintenance, and we've seen a rash of uptick in vehicles that have come in to us because of the colder weather and the snow.
And what sort of problems have you seen? What sort of issues are people not taking care of this year?
Well, it always seems to be the same. It's that they don't do regular maintenance like change the oil and rotate the tires, which can just help their cars out with tires and that going forward.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to open up phone lines in just a moment. 799-1620. If you have questions about your vehicle and maybe some of those noises that you're hearing that you don't feel comfortable with, or some of the maintenance issues you have, this is the place to talk with Jim Tolkan, the president of Adam, Mary Ann Scaffidi from the Heiser Automotive Group, and Don Meyer, who is the service director at Heiser. They'll all be talking with you right after this on All About Cars on News Radio 620 WTMJ. The show this week's and it's a Greater Milwaukee Auto Show at the Frontier Center, and today, along with Jim Tolkan, they're joined by Mary Ann Scaffidi from the Heiser Automotive Group, and Don Meyer, who's the service director at Heiser. And Mary
it is, we've had some issues with catalytic converters on there. One of the problems that you have is when you price out a converter for a Toyota, it is a larger sum of money than what you purchased when you bought an aftermarket one. The problem with an aftermarket converter is that it's just not built to the same back pressures and what you need to make with the engine to make the engine work. So unfortunately, now some of the aftermarket converters have a warranty on them, and you can. Okay, well then I don't know where you had it done, but you should take it back, and if there is a warranty on it, you should have them replace it. But we could end up with the same problem, Rick, and I would strongly suggest that you do that you can bring it to our Toyota store, and we will. We have great prices. A while back, we lowered all of our diagnostic prices because we want to compete and we want to show that car dealers are very competitive on prices. I'm afraid you're going to need another converter.
Rich, did you take this to a Toyota store, an independent store, or what?
I took it to a Toyota store for the diagnosis.
And they repair elsewhere?
And they repair elsewhere, yeah.
The only reason, well, you still can do that. At their facility, you took it to, my suggestion is take it back to them. And if they didn't give you the warnings or the possibility that the aftermarket wouldn't work, what they really should do is give you a credit for what you paid for that, and then you would just pay the difference between what you paid and what the Toyota part would be, or ask them for a refund.
Yeah.
Okay, Rick.
I did go to Toyota. They diagnosed it. They said I need a converter. So again, I looked into what you're saying, so I will follow through with your advice.
Yeah, the first step is going to where you took it.
Understand. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for your call, Rick, and along with Jim Tolkan, Scaffidi from the Heiser Automotive Group is out at the auto show with Don Meyer, the service director at Heiser. Tell you what, we've got another call for you, so let's go ahead and talk with Charlene in Waukesha. And Charlene, how can we help you on all of our cars?
Hi, yes, I am I'm sorry, 2009 Ford Fusion SER, full loaded, leather seats. 6 months after getting the driver's seat, about the controls ripped. I had it replaced, and it ripped again a year later. Still in the warranty, I haven't heard anything back as far as getting it fixed. I called the manufacturer, and I don't know what to do at this point.
All right, I don't know if you heard all that, Marianne.
I did hear that. How many times has that ripped? Twice, okay. I would suggest getting it to our dealership in Glendale, or let us take a look at it and get one of our reps. How many miles on the vehicle?
30,000.
30,000. So down how?
Absolutely, if you have 30,000 miles and you have this ripped before, unless you're doing something to rip it, you should, I tell you what, you should give me a call on Monday. I'll give you my number. It's 414-247-8984.
You got to give her your cell phone number.
No, well, I think I lost it. But no, please, you should give me a call on Monday. It's Don Meyer, and with 30,000 miles on it, it's very possible that we can help you with it.
Did you get any kind of protection plan on your fabric in your vehicle? Yeah. You purchased it? Sometimes they offer. Okay, so whatever, if they offer a protection plan, bring that paperwork in with you. Okay. Because maybe we'll do something to you on that after. Okay, and if you can't reach Don, just give me a call. I'm usually always at the
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your call, Charlotte. And if you'd like to get through, if you want to talk with Scaffidi from the Heiser Automotive Group, along with Don Meyer, the service director at Heiser, and of course Jim Tolkan, the 877-1620. It's all about cars on WTMJ. 2012 Greater Milwaukee Auto Show. It's Jim Tolkan, the president of Adam, along with Mary Scaffidi from Heiser Automotive Group, and Don Meyer, service director at Heiser. We're going to get back to your calls at 799-1620 in just a moment. But Mary, I wanted to ask you, obviously being a woman and you're a woman, are there advantages, do you think, to being a woman in the automotive business as you are, and being able to relate to the female consumers out there?
Absolutely. Car shopping should be fun, and we're trying to make it fast and fun. I see people come in that are stressed out because they don't want negotiation, they don't want to back and forth, they're worried. If I see that on their face, I have to do it all the time. I'm right out there. I love doing it. I love seeing women come buy cars. I love seeing moms bring their kids in to buy their first cars. It's great.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got one of those ladies. Joan in Milwaukee, you've got a question, and I think Mary is a perfect person for you to talk about trading in your 2000 Toyota. What can you ask her?
Well, this is what happened. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, I got a call from the Toyota dealer, and the gentleman called asking if I was interested in trading in my 2003 Toyota Corolla. And he said, you know, I could trade it and get a newer car at a discount. I was just wondering what kind of value could I be looking for. My car has about 95,000 miles on it right now.
And what's the year again?
2003. Toyota Corolla. It was the first year of the new design. It's a 4-door Corolla. So the first year of the new design.
Now, did you purchase this new to your one owner?
I'm a one-owner person, right?
Oh, how exciting.
And I got his service at Heiser all this time too.
Thank you.
I'm really happy. I've really been happy with the service I've gotten at Heiser. Has been great, and I just was trying to find out a little bit more about this.
Well, this is what I would absolutely suggest. Bring it to Heiser. Come see Pat Pomeroy and myself.
Okay.
We're going to need to take a look at the car. We are very competitive. I will do whatever we can to get you another car. The incentives are out there.
If I can add something to it, used cars right now are at an all-time high.
They are.
Let's assume this was 2 years ago, and your car, instead of being a 203, we'll say it was a 2001, and I'm going to make up numbers. But let's say 2 years ago that car was worth $4,000. That same car, based on what the current market is, might be worth $5,000 or $6,000. The point is, because there's so few really good used cars available, even if they have high miles, they are worth historical highs. Because more cars are being scrapped every year than people are buying new cars. And people are keeping their cars longer because they last longer. So you're going to be really, really surprised how much your car is probably worth, whether you're looking to buy another new Toyota or a used one.
Are you looking to get another Corolla?
Well, here's my question.
Okay, I'll tell you, Joan, I'm going to ask you to do one thing. Hold your question, and we'll ask Mary Scaffidi and Jim Tolkan to hold on just a minute, because we have to get to news with Shelby. And when we get back, we'll get the rest of the answer to that question and more of your calls on All About Cars on News Radio 620 WTMJ. News, Mary Scaffidi from the Heiser Automotive Group was talking to Joan about the value of her 2003 Toyota. And Jim, Marianne, I think you wanted to continue the conversation with Joan, and here she is.
Hello. Hi, Joan. What I wanted to tell you was there are some new car specials out there that are just unbelievable for Toyota with 0%, especially on Corollas. The other thing is, it does not cost you anything to come in and look at the numbers. They're happy to be there if I know they're going to be there. It's up with you. We'll come in, take a look at the numbers, see what we'll get with the cars, see what we can do with another car. If it works, great. I'd love to see the new one. But we're going to be up and running. Yep.
One more question for you. I'm a retired school social worker,
a slam dunk. You'll get the very, very best rates anyone in America can get. You don't have to worry.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
All right, Jim, thank you. By the way, if you want to talk with Jim Tolkan, Mary Scaffidi, and Don Meyer from the Heiser Automotive Group, we've got a line open for you at 799-1620 or on the Accunet Mortgage toll-free line at 800-877-1620. I'm Linda Collins back at the studio, and of course, Jim Tolkan, Mary Scaffidi, and Don Meyer are all out at the 2012 Auto Show at the Frontier Airlines Center. And Mary Ann, getting back to what you're doing at Heiser, you mentioned about some of those interest rates that you have right now. What other specials are going on at Heiser that you can share with our audience?
We are having spin the wheels deals down there where you come down and spin a wheel and you can get money off of both service and purchase. I have in front of me actually coupons for the auto show for $20.12. Anybody want one? I have some coupons. if you're listening at home, just say that you heard it on the radio and they'll honor it for you.
That's for an oil change.
That is for an oil change. Yes. And you realize 60% of women bring their cars in for service and their spouses' cars in for service. So we're very proactive. I have a ton of coupons here, guys.
All right, well, you'll definitely want to check that out. And Jim, as you're at the auto show, let's talk about some of the things going on this week for our listeners. Reasons they want to make sure they get out there.
Well, as long as Mary Ann is here to begin with, on Wednesday night is Women's Night.
It is, but I really hate to interrupt you. I just saw one of our top salespeople walk through, and he is a new car expert. First of all, why aren't you at work? No, I'm going to put the headset on, and if anybody out there has any questions on incentive or new products, this is the man, Roger Lucas. Are you going to work on this? Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you want to talk with Roger Drukas, along with Mary Ann Heiser and Jim Tolkan, and of course the service director, Don Myers, we have a line open at 799-1620. And while they make that change, Jim, why don't you tell us, you mentioned Wednesday night is Women's Night at the auto show where there are going to be a lot of events, and along with that, there's plenty of other things going on this week.
Absolutely. Well, Women's Night on Wednesday night, $5 of every purchase price on those tickets actually go to the Susan Komen Breast Cancer Research Foundation. There's going to be a car clinic put on by a female woman engineer. I believe it's from Ford Motor Company. There will be a fashion show by a group of women's clothing stores located in Mequon. There'll be, and I know, Libby, you know about this. What kind of dancing is this, Dad?
Oh, you've got a Zumba demonstration.
And you want to tell us what that is, or tell me what it is?
It's a great workout, I'll tell you. The ladies love it, and the men love watching it. And I think that's all you need to know. And of course, in addition to that, there's a lot of things going on for the kids, too, isn't there, Jim?
Well, not this Sunday. Next Sunday is Kids Day, kids under 12 or 3. I told you about the ride and drives. There's actually a kiddie ride and drive that's on every single weekend, including today. And there's 9 or 10 really cool electric cars for them to drive. There's next week a robot, which from what I've been told, it is like really, really neat. Yeah, lots of interactive displays at the auto show. You can drive simulation type of thing. There's a Ford display. Lots of really cool engine displays to see. And everybody loves movies, kids and everybody. And there's like 7 or 8 famous cars here that were in Hollywood movies that are also on display.
Plenty to see at the Automotive Show this year. Well, I'll tell you what, Jim, Mary Ann, Don, our lines are lighting up at 799-1620. So let's go ahead and take some more of those calls. Matt in Sheboygan, what's going on with your cars? You're talking with Mary Ann Scaffidi, Don Meyer from Heiser, and Jim Tolkan from Adam. How can we help you?
Hi, I was kind of curious. I bought a brand new small car, front-wheel drive, and there was still on the back end of the car, then so I come around
obviously then they align. I got to tell you, Matt, it sounds like you have some kind of tire issue, and I would take it back to the Hancock dealer or whatever and ask them about snow tires. But if the alignment is on, unless you have a very heavy foot, yeah, we absolutely. I say Sheboygan, I think. Right, Matt?
Yeah, that's about 10 minutes away if you drive fast.
And the back end doesn't come around.
Probably the best thing to do is, again, take it back to where you got the tires. Find out whether it is a lower profile tire and a wider tire, which means on dry pavement you'll probably get better traction and better cornering, but unfortunately the trade-off is in wet, snowy weather. Take it back. Maybe there is an issue. Maybe it's the tread pattern is more aggressive or less aggressive.
All right, listen, Matt, thank you for your call. As a matter of fact, we've got a lot of other people who want to talk with Marianne Scaffidi and Don Meyer from Heiser, as well as Jim Tolkan, the president of Adam. It's all about cars on WTMJ. What's your website again?
Our website is www.heiser.com. I also want to let you guys know to follow us on Facebook. We have a Heiser Trivia Sweepstakes going on for the first pitch at Brewers game. Shelby's here. Hi, Shelby. He's here with our social media group. She'll answer any questions. So we have lots of fun games. There's games downstairs that you can play for the Adams for $50,000 car. You get 2 cars from Heiser down that area also. So come see us. So above these days, there are a ton of people here.
It sounds like there are. Listen, we'll take one more really quick call. Let's see. Jim on his cell phone. And Jim, one quick question on all about cars. Jim? All right. Well, apparently we lost Jim too. Well, I'll tell you what. It's been a very interesting all about cars with Marianne Scaffidi from Heiser Automotive Group and Don Meyer, the service director. Also, Jim Tolkan and Adam. And next week, Jim, you're going to be back at the auto show. It's a special 2-hour edition of All About Cars from 2 until 4. And any last words from the auto show, Jim?
Come on down. I mean, it's lots and lots of fun, tons of cool cars to see. And what's really neat, you can kind of see the progression of cars. Cars from the early 1900s and cars that they're going to be producing into the 2020s. You can get a really good feel of how far the industry has come and how far the technology has come and how far the technology currently is today.
It's an exciting time for everyone. It's the 2012 Greater Milwaukee Auto Show at Frontier Airlines. And Jim Tolkan, thank you once again. We'll see you next week. Marianne Scaffidi and Don Meyer from the Heiser Automotive Group. Great to have you on the show today.
Thank you.